Spies in the Skies, the last Blue Sky Studio film. Hey guys, Jojo here, and Spies in the Skies was the film that I actually wanted to see. Well, not when it was released, but when it was on that one FXM on demand, I actually was actually kind of interested in seeing it. Now, when it comes to Blue Sky Studios, for the most part, I've only seen two of their films. That being the Peanuts movie and Ferdinand. And if you guys have saw my reviews, I think that the Peanuts movie was an amazing movie. Not amazing. It was a great movie because it was faithful to its source material. Its animation was amazing. The characters remain the same, and it just feels like, and it still has that whole Peanuts charm fit into it. And Ferdinand was good, but not great. Ferdinand, I liked the characters, its bonding moments, and mostly Ferdinand shines when it's taking itself seriously. However, there's a bunch of mean-spiritedness that kind of lowers the film for me. Ferdinand's a good movie, but it's not one of my favorite anime films. So now we got Spies in the Skies, the last film of Blue Sky Studios before it shut down in 2022 because it was acquired by Disney. Since Disney acquired 20th Century Fox, that's kind of understandable. So, does this film proudly is a proper farewell to Blue Sky Studios, or is it a giant disappointing end to a studio's run? Well, let's take a look at it. The plot of the film follows a secret agent named Agent Lance Sterling, who is transformed into a pigeon by an intelligent young scientist, Walter, who has been working on science throughout his entire life. The two must work together to stop a revenge-seeking cyber terrorist and return the agent to his human form. However, apparently Sterling is apparently framed for something he didn't do. So now he's on the run. So he's on the run now. So I'm gonna say this right now. Spies in the Skies, for the most part, holds up very well. However, it has some issues. First, I want to get some positives out of the way. For starters, just like other Blue Sky Studios, the animation are really amazing. And again, where the animation really shines here is the action scenes. It honestly feels like more of a live action, the action scenes kind of feel more live action. However, they're actually animated very well. Well, I'm telling you, Blue Sky Studios really went all out in this film. Especially the fact that the action scenes are even better with the visual effects. Especially during the final battle. It was definitely really cool to look, and the visual effects really jump out of the screen for that. There are some, and also, I feel like, Spies in the Skies probably maybe has some of the funniest moments. Mostly from the characters and their dialogue. Especially the whole Will Smith, especially from Will Smith himself. Well, like how he and Walter were falling and then he swears. Or that they were messing around the car and then Stern's like, "What did you do?" Yeah, I actually laughed when he said that. That was really funny. The characters themselves are pretty funny. Again, just because of their dialogue, and the characters will mostly Agent Sterling is responsible for some of the film's funniest moments and characters and lines. And as a help that I do like the performances behind Will Smith and Tom Holland. And to be honest, I had no idea Tom Holland was in this movie. However, now we get to my gripes with this film. Well, I did say I did enjoy the characters. They can be a little annoying. For example, Lance Sterling, while he is a funny character, it's kind of unlikable, mostly to Walter, since yeah, it's understandable that Walter turned into a pigeon, and if turned him into a pigeon, and that he's not gonna be happy for it. However, by towards the almost the end of the film, where he and Walter built up some kind of relationship, he decides to just completely toss out the window because he wants to fly solo. I get the fact that he doesn't need help and tries to prove that he can do it by himself, but because of the relationship he's developing for most of the film, it's pretty depressing. The fact that his character development was kind of thrown out the window. Although it does revert back, although the development kind of returns, it's still pretty disappointing. The fact that that whole character development was just that didn't really last long. Walter himself is kind of a little annoying. However, it wasn't to the point that he's idiot. He's like idiot level like. I mean, the fact that he tries to be like he's supposed to be portrayed as this nice person. He doesn't want to do anything malicious to anyone. Yeah, Walter is likable, but kind of annoying. But my main issue with Spies in Disguise is that I feel like this film has used a lot of overused tropes, like the whole false accusation story, and the whole two characters start off rough, but then they soon develop a relationship at the end, and the whole fake out death scene. However, with the false accusation scene. Sorry for my poor pronunciation. The false accusation was actually well portrayed, just because it's one of the better tropes of it, mostly because it was actually kind of because again the characters kind of carried the film despite their flaws. So that's it for my review on Spies in Disguise. How I think of the film in general, it's a good film. However, with some flaws with it. Well, I want it, but I kind of call this film kind of disappointing because I really wanted to like this film, but the negatives kind of knock some points down. So I'm gonna give this movie a 7 out of 10. It's still a good movie, not Blue Sky Studios' best movie, but I think it's definitely up there. However, because I still think that the Peanuts movie Inferno is still better. But Spies in Disguise is still a really enjoyable film with funny characters, and well done action scenes. But its flaws kind of knock the points down a little bit. So, while Spies in Disguise is a good movie, it's sadly not a good way to end off Blue Sky Studios' run. I mean, it ended Blue Sky Studios ended all of the Blue Sky Studios run on a good note where Walter becomes a spy. But honestly, this film definitely, if the film improved its flaws a little bit, it would have been better. But it's still a good movie. So guys, that's it for my review. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll be sure to post more movie reviews, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.